Welcome to this episode of Ask the Guitar Coach. Here is our question for today. What is the correct thumb position for playing electric guitar? This is an excellent question and I'm very glad somebody sent it and we can answer that, because most guitar players have not thought through this specific subject, and it's a very important subject. So as far as the thumb is concerned, there are two basic positions for it. The first one is the usual playing position. This position has the thumb behind the neck to the point when you're playing you cannot really see it. So if I'm playing something, let's see, I'm playing a scale. You cannot really see my thumb over here. It's very straight, and the best way to find the position is if you just keep pulling your fingers like that, as if you're caressing the guitar, and then you just stop on the third or the fourth string, and that's the thumb position. It's right behind here. So there you have it. This is your basic thumb position. If you're playing scales, if you're playing arpeggios, if you're playing most of your chords, if you're improvising, if you're playing legato, tapping, string skipping, this is the thumb position that you're going to be using. So what's the other position? Why do we have two of them? And where do we use it? Let's have a look. The second thumb position has to do with bending and the variations of things that have to do with bending. So basically you use it when you're doing your bending and when you're playing vibrato. So you're bending a note, the thumb is not behind the neck, the thumb hooks over here, and now when you bend the note, you bend like that. The reason this happens is because you're trying to not use the extensors and the flexors muscles of the left hand, but you're trying to use the bicep muscle. If you make a bend just with your fingers like that, what you're using those extensor muscles. These are very small muscles and very easy to also injure, so you want to avoid using them. But if you hook your thumb on top and you grab pull the fingers here, and then you turn your wrist, what you're doing, you're using your bicep, and use it like that. You're doing this movement and you're using all this muscle here to push the string up, and this is exactly what you want to do. This works for regular bends like, and also very importantly for consecutive bends and vibrato like. In all these cases you will see that my thumb is behind the neck when I'm playing, and then when it's time to play the bend or the vibrato, immediately it hooks and I go into my bend position. So there you have it. This is the exact solution. This is what you should be doing. Practice those two thumb positions. If you're playing all your lead playing with your thumb hooked on top, this is not optimal. It puts your hand on a not good position. But if you're doing the opposite, if you're trying to play your bends and your vibrato with your thumb straight behind the neck, then this is also not good, because you're using only your extensor muscles and it's very easy for them to get hurt. What you should be doing is, while you're playing, switching between those two positions, the same way that you might be switching between alternate picking and legato when you're playing. So here's one question that I very often get. Several players seem to be doing a lot of playing with their thumb hooked on behind the neck, and sometimes this is even good players. What gives? Why does this happen? Well, if you're playing a musical phrase that has a lot of bends and vibrato, then it might make sense to play the whole phrase with the thumb hooked on top. However, I think it's going to help you very much if you keep this principle in mind. If you're playing straight notes, if you're playing your scales, arpeggios, if you're playing alternate picking, legato, tapping, anything, just keep your thumb behind the neck. If you're doing vibrato or bending, then keep it on top of the neck. So there you have it. I hope this was helpful, and you won't have any more questions about what is the proper position of the left hand thumb and how to use it when playing electric guitar. Thanks for tuning in, and I will see you on the next episode of Ask the Guitar Coach.